All right, Cap, here's your overall for the week. Oh, shit. Jeez. I kind of had a feeling that something was up just because I did. I felt stuck as far as what is happening here and what you think you should be doing, or what your advice is going to end up being here. Death being the overall, right? Which is just like, for me, it's not a shocker when it comes to Capricorn because I'm telling you, your readings for me seem to be like so deep. But again, major changes, major endings. But it is death and rebirth. But I worry that maybe some of you are stuck with something. But I hope not. Oh, fuck. All right. In the past, geez, Cap, why? Why? And it's no wonder why that card is there. But as far as the last day in the light, I feel more so that you knew this had to happen. Now, with the Ten of Swords being the past coming through, that's great because you're not looking at it in future conditions. But it is saying that something is definitely over with. Definitely over with. But it's really about getting back to that mental clarity, right? And I don't know. I feel more so like you're ready. You're ready to be done with this and move on to something new. But there may be more to this because of it still being a past issue. Like, it's not quite over yet, but it's like you're getting there. In the present, the Nine of Pentacles. Now, I like that in terms of you facing an ending and then moving into a spot where you feel, independent and secure. But I do worry that for some of you, it may be like a loss of independence, though, with the Nine of Pentacles being there. But I'm waiting to see what's happening here. But yet you're still going through some major changes here. I don't know. I feel iffy about it. Future conditions, the High Priestess. Wow. All right. So with the High Priestess, one of the things that I talk about with this is it is things that are hidden, but it's not like, intentionally deceptive. And it may be that some of you right now are like trying to keep things to yourself when it comes to what you are dealing with, especially in terms of your security here with the Nine of Pentacles. Then again, I feel like maybe some of you have ended something, and as far as like the pain involved with the Ten of Swords, it may have been more painful for somebody else than you, is what I'm starting to question here. But ultimately, it's because you need to get to a place of independence where you're like independent of the situation, like separated from it. But then, also we're looking at your own security here and you being able to maintain that. But like with the High Priestess, something is being kept quiet about what is ending or what changes you're going through. Like, I feel like this is you. But again, with the High Priestess, right? Intuition. You intuitively know what needs to be changed for you. But wow. Your best path to follow, the Seven of Pentacles. Now, I feel like if we're talking about work, which I always think it's deeper than that when it comes to Capricorn. But if we're talking about work, it's really about you needing to look at what you're doing right now. And is it really producing what you want? One of the things that I say about the Seven of Pentacles is I don't see this as waiting. Okay, because we're at a 7 here. If you're reevaluating what, you're taking stock of, then the question becomes, do you continue doing that and seeing the same results, or is there a different way to continue the growth that you're wanting to see? Because ultimately it's going to be up to you. You're the one that's creating this. But it's about you. It's about your independence, your security, your finances. And you may be changing something really big, but it may be based on, this painful ending. But like, again, I still question on whether or not it was like, I mean, I don't doubt the fact that it may have been painful for you, but then I also wonder who it was painful for though too. I don't know. I just see you more focused on creating your own stability and definitely changing some things here, but there's something that you need to look at differently when it comes to what you're expecting to see through all the time and effort that you put into something, you know. And but then not only that though, the other thing too with the Seven of Pentacles, right, is this is about the harvest. Reaping the rewards of all the hard work and effort that you've put through, finally starting to see some results, you know. And that may be what is more important here. Like, you need to take some time to just like take stock of everything that you have, you know, because with the Nine of Pentacles, right, gratitude comes up with that for me too. Like, you know, being grateful and enjoying the things that you have. But again, I go back to this whole feeling of you needed to end something in order to gain this independence, you know, and now it's time to reap the benefits here, even if, you know, it's something that you're trying to keep shh. Like I keep hearing shh. We don't want anybody to know what we're doing right now, but it's not like a Seven of Swords type thing. Okay, yeah. In your environment, the Eight of Cups. So, yeah. You know, wanting to be independent of a situation that is just dragging you down. You know, the Eight of Cups, right? Like, it does talk about needing to walk away, needing to take a new path, right? Moving on emotionally before you do physically. You know, and the reason why sometimes we have a hard time walking away from things that aren't giving us what we want is because, you know, again, the moon, right? Not knowing. Where are you going now? What are you going to do now? You know, spending all your time with this and then not seeing shit, you know, which may be why your advice here is to look at things differently. But like, I feel like the reason why you may be doing this now, like I said, is because of your independence, but we're ending it. Now, for some of you, it's like a near ending with the Eight of Cups being in your environment. Like, you may have thought about ending a situation in the past, but did you actually do it though with this being in your environment? You know? And that's why I question on whether or not this is, you know, more painful for you or somebody else. Because I'm looking at you like wanting to be independent right now, or working toward that, you know, and needing to look at your situation differently instead of continuing to work at something that clearly here is not going to give you what you want. You know, unfortunately, that's the big thing with the Eight of Cups. But I still keep hearing shh, right? But did you do it though? You know? And again, with death being the overall, it's like, it definitely needs to come to an end. I mean, look at it, you know? But what does that mean for you coming out? Wow. Cap. Your fucking readings, I tell you. Your hopes and your fears, the Ace of Swords. You know, I look at that more so as you not bottling up the truth anymore. When you're looking at the Ace of Swords, you're talking about truth and clarity, having the truth, knowing the truth, speaking the truth, having absolute mental clarity. But I like the truth, like having the truth known. Like, I don't think that you want to bottle it up, or like you're intentionally trying to hide how you're thinking, how you're feeling. Like, I feel like you're hoping to be able to like speak the truth, you know, possibly to someone. Because like I said, I'm looking at this going, did you actually though? I mean, did you actually? But then also like hoping that like the truth will prevail though too. And I don't know where that's coming from. But wow. And I'm looking at this and I don't know. You know, I wonder if some of you are just like kind of keeping this to yourself, but then at the same time, it's like you're trying to work on, you know, becoming independent from a situation that just like you want it to be over. Oh my God. Why? Why? The Five of Cups. Oh. You know, like I said before, like I don't doubt that there's going to be some kind of pain involved for you with this. But with the Five of Cups, man, you know, and all I'm seeing here is spilled cups. Like you're just disappointed. You're not getting what you want out of something. but you may not be talking about it. But it's almost like that it's over with, but it's just a matter of you, actually following through. But with death being the overall, I have to wonder if for some of you, like, you end up in a spot where, if you can't decide here, like, eventually it happens. Like I've always said, when death comes in on his horse, you don't have a choice. Something's coming to an end. But with the Five of Cups, it brings me back to this and going, yeah, I can understand being disappointed at the fact that you spent so much time with something and it didn't give you what you want, but you still have something to build on, right? That's always the message with the Five of Cups. But like intuitively, something needs to end, and it may not be very pleasant, but it's all about this here is what I feel like. I'm looking back at the oracle cards and wondering if maybe, there are people around you that don't agree with what you're about to do or what you feel like you need to do. But the thing is, though, is that there's disappointment coming out on this. And like withholding it, like holding it in, but then hoping to be able to just speak it. But then at the same time, I feel like, right? And it may be because you're not really telling somebody how you really feel. With the King of Swords, right? We could definitely be talking about you dealing with another person here, air sign possibly. But with the King of Swords, if we're talking about you, and I'm looking at this and you thinking clearly about this or trying to get to a place where, you're thinking clearly about all of this emotional garbage. And with the Two of Cups, possibly a relationship, but with the Two of Cups, it could be any relationship. But for some of you, right, definitely not seeing eye to eye with somebody, and it may be because they're not giving what you need as far as emotional support, though, too. And then the Ten of Cups, right? Like coming out of this is disappointment when it comes to your overall happiness. And you may not be like speaking this. You may not be speaking up about it. But I'm looking at you needing to look at this differently, and really taking stock of what you still have and what isn't working. Because your overall happiness is being affected by it. And again, the relationship. And with the Five of Cups being the overall on this, you're definitely not seeing eye to eye with somebody. And like I said, it's like, do you or have you? Is it really over with? Now, for some of you, yeah, definitely a relationship with a person could possibly be over with, and you're looking at it affecting, the home life or your overall happiness. And you may be trying to keep it to yourself, especially with gossip there. But I get a different feeling from this. Cap. I don't know. And this could definitely have to do with a family member, though, too. Right? Maybe some of you are like wanting to be independent and not wanting to be a part of a family unit anymore, or deal with a family member, or there may be some disappointment around a family member. There may be some things that about somebody. But then looking at the Ace of Swords, like, I don't know. I still get the feeling around that for some of you, it's you needing to just say it. To just say it. It's almost like you need it to be just done with, because, like I said, I'm looking at you here. And this is just all like external things that you're thinking about, feeling, again, that may have to do with a person here. But I do go back to that feeling of, with the Tower energy here, that you're the one that's making the choice to do this. Because you need to it's like you need the light to come back. Okay, so for those of you who are in a relationship engagement in the Nine of Wands, this is the needing to fix something. But if you notice with this card, his hand is on her mouth, pushing her away. She's like trying to come in and fix the situation quickly, but he's like, back up, right? Now, you may be looking to, take the relationship to, the next level here with engagement. but something's got to be fixed, but I don't think that somebody else is feeling it. You know, and this to me, when this shows up, is a warning. Like, if things are wrong, you're going to have to get in there and fix it. Now, it may be that you have a person coming through that's trying to fix it and then like trying to force the relationship to the new level, but you may not be feeling it. I mean, it's one or the other here, but definitely somebody is trying to come in and fix something. Now, for those of you who are single, true love, right? But, you know, I worry about this one. This very much is a stalker, but this could just be somebody who is like looking at you from a distance and admiring you, which is possible, but I don't like the energy around it. Now, you know, for some of you, you may feel like, because I don't see you looking, you know what I'm saying? You may think that your true love is somewhere else, but then you've got somebody who's like persistently, like literally up your ass, trying to get your attention, which is possible. But I don't like the energy. It bothers me a little bit, and I would be careful, you know. But then again, right, your stalker may be your true love, which I doubt, but I don't know. I don't know. That one bothers me a little bit. But damn it, Cap. Like, I do think that some of you are, like, on the verge of ending something. But have you, though? Like, I don't think that some of you have. And I think that you may be suppressing the fact that there's a little bit of emotional disappointment when it comes to somebody that you are in a relationship with. Whether that's, you know, romantic or home life, with the 10 of Cups being there. But this is going to affect your overall happiness here. And with Death being there, I think that you're asking for this and needing a situation to be over with so you can have that change and that independence. All right, Cap. So definitely going through major shifts and major changes. But I do think, unfortunately, some of you are dealing with people who don't understand you right now. You know, and you may be trying to keep this away from other people. Like, I don't know, I just feel like this is something, because I keep hearing, shh, we're not talking about this right now. Now, looking at the 10 of Swords with the 8 of Cups, with past and what is in your environment, this to me is like, you've thought about ending something, but are you really? That is really the question here. And I think that some of you are looking at trying to become more independent, but yet you're continuously feeding into something that just isn't going to give you what you want. You know, and again, I look at your best path to follow and think you need to look at it differently. You know, is it really worth all this time and effort if you're not going to get what you want out of this? But, you know, I go back to the 10 of Swords being the past and wonder, you know, is this going to be more painful for somebody else? Or are you dealing with the pain right now because you're wanting to end something, but it's like, you're not, though. And I wonder, you know, looking at this, if it doesn't have to do with you being, you know, not deceptive, but secretive about how you feel. And like, I feel like there's a hope and a fear around the truth coming out, or you being able to speak the truth about how you feel. You know, and again, not going to be for everybody. But like, I almost feel like this is something that you're wanting. Like needing it, because the way it lines down is like, really? I mean, with all of these, it's definitely wanting to be over with. Wanting something to be over with. But it's more because you need the changes. You need the changes to happen, especially with the whole Tower energy. Now, coming out of this, one of the things with the King of Swords is, and you know, I've said this before, when it comes to air signs, it's not that they don't have emotions. They just don't let it cloud their judgment. But I think that there is disappointment that you may not be talking about, but it's not like you're trying to be deceptive about it, you know, because I don't see that with the High Priestess. But right, like intuitively, you know that something needs to end or change when it comes to dealing with somebody that you may be in a relationship with here that's affecting your overall happiness, or again, like a family situation. But with the 2 of Cups, and then looking at the 5 of Cups, you're not seeing eye to eye with somebody, but they're not looking at things from an emotional perspective, but you are. And I almost feel like you're like depleted because I keep seeing like empty cups. I mean, you still have the two there, and yeah, right? Like you still have the two to build on. But I wonder if some of you aren't thinking about wanting a situation to end or wanting it to change in a really big way. There are things that need to end, especially when it comes to the emotional garbage. I mean, for you to be feeling that and having it affect your overall happiness is not a good thing. But it's up to you. Like, anybody can tell you that you need to end something and walk away, especially if it's affecting your overall happiness. But like I've always said, when it comes to Capricorn, you guys will always do the right thing. And if somebody else is involved, you may be worried about how it's going to affect them more than it is affecting you. And that may be, it's becoming an issue. More so for you than it is for the other person. I don't think they even know. I don't even think that they see. I don't know that it's that they don't care, but as far as the emotions go, it's like not there. You guys are going to have to let me know what the hell is going on with this one, because this to me is like a near miss. I should have, but I don't think that you quite ended something just yet. But like I said before, right? Like sometimes we have to stay with the bullshit until we figure it out. But the more you do this, like with the Five of Cups coming out, the more you're going to feel like, and it bothers me. It bothers me, being a water sign looking at this. Like, I hate to think that anybody would go through that. But honestly, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. And I can't even imagine how some of you may be feeling right now. But again, right? Like, not for everybody. Now, as far as relationships go, I don't like this combo. It bothers me. True love and then the Knight or the Page of Swords. I hate that little bastard. He drives me nuts. It could definitely be that you're finding true love with somebody who has been watching you from afar, but you're not looking, though, and that's my problem. You may be looking for true love somewhere else, but then you may have somebody who's up your ass, like literally, like wanting to get your attention, like constantly, like right there. And it's like, please, right? Like you could literally have a stalker going on, and you may be looking for that true love, but unfortunately, that is what you're attracting right now. And I hate saying that, right? But again, not for everybody. Now, as far as relationships go, engagement and then looking at the Nine of Wands, something needs to be fixed. Somebody is trying to come in and fix something, but somebody else isn't having it. I'm telling you. He's got his hand on her mouth, pushing her away. And it may be too late, right? But it's like, we can't take the relationship to the next level until something has been fixed or has been resolved. But somebody may not be like there yet. Like, it's almost like a little bit too late. But yet the potential is still there to take the relationship to that higher level. I mean, you do come out with the Ten of Cups. Ooh, Cap, I'm telling you, your readings. But what I will say is you cannot continue to bottle up those emotions. If that is how you're feeling right now, it would be better just to speak the truth than to continue looking at the other person like they don't even care about how you feel. It may be that they just don't know.